They tried to play us, but we made the game. Offend these haters, turn their shade to shame.
Believe you me.
Stick with the name that pays. Big Daddy everything.
And they thought I was dumb to rap, but how dumb is that when I'm the running back? Gut punch you in front of you at eye level, see if you gon' stomach that. It's food for thought, but we don't feed them hoes, we don't need them hoes. Eloquent, Big Daddy elephant, just in they element. Intelligence, telling men something they can tell a friend. And
do. Elephantes, Armentum elephantes. Heard of elephant? What's up? What's happening, everybody? What a wonderful day today is. Let me stop looking at Instagram and look at y'all. Try to see what's up with everybody. Hey, Jeff, you want to say what's up to the people?
Yes, sir. I do, man. People, what's up? It's good to be here, brother. It's good to see your handsome face.
I appreciate it.
Hey. Oh, yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys are here, if you guys are listening to this, I want to say thank you for showing up. We got a lot to talk about. This is the Big Daddy Energy podcast. We're talking about man stuff. What do we got today, Solo? What are we talking about?
Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Kevin Samuels once again, and also kind of I wonder if we think that the Christ would be considered as misogynist, since I've been hearing that a lot. Our friend Manny, what's up, Manny? How you feeling?
Manny. How goes it?
Yeah, she's not going to turn on us, Jeff. All right.
She's with us, man. She's in the car. She started with us.
Miss y'all, she says. We appreciate it. It's always a blessing to know that you're doing well. We appreciate your support very much. Never, ever, she says. All right.
Ryder. That's what's up.
That's cool. And we value that. We won't put that to the test. All right. It just so happens, Jeff, that since Kevin Samuels has passed, and actually some time before Kevin Samuels passed, there was a lot of discussion about who he was and what he was doing. There were some people that would call him gay sexual. There were other people who called him soft and kind of catty, and a lot of different things to kind of demean him and emasculate him.
Yep.
Familiar with that tactic, Jeff?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yep.
Man, he says it's an interesting topic. Yeah. I'm glad it sparked your interest, and I hope for the sake of all mankind that this does pique a lot of people's interest. Because, I don't know, Christ seems to be a pretty big deal. Jeff?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Probably the most influential person that's ever existed, I would say.
I would say the same thing. For some reason, it seems like, brother, that there's a war going on between outspoken men and outspoken women.
Yeah, it's going down, man. There's definitely some fighting, some contentions, some battlefields taking place.
Why do you think that is?
Both sides feel slighted. Both sides feel misrepresented, misunderstood. One side is right and one is wrong. And so that's what's going on.
Okay. Do you understand the woman's argument?
Yeah, I do. I understand.
No, you don't, because you're not fighting for them.
No, that's not true. I understand.
The only
One
way
side,
you can
no,
improve.
one side is right, one side is wrong, and I understand the woman's side of the argument.
No, you don't, because you're not fighting for them. You're not standing up and standing up to these dirtbags that hate all women.
Oh, well, I would. I don't see any though. I would gladly stand against a guy that hates women, that thinks they're stupid or that they suck. I would gladly tell him that he's also stupid.
Okay.
I haven't met one yet or
You
seen
know,
one.
what I do also think is interesting is that it's easy to know where a woman's coming from in this day and age, because we have a lot of publications, a lot of talking points, talking heads of women. They say a lot of stuff, whether they're on the radio,
Yeah.
social media. They have talk shows. Have you heard of The View? Have you heard of
I
it?
yeah, I have. I don't think a man has ever stepped foot in that building.
Oh, there has been men.
Has there? Oh, there has. Yeah, they've had guests. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and so on and so forth, right? There's a lot of women talk. So I can tell you some of the things
Okay.
that I picked up over the years, Jeff.
Okay.
That way, no one can say, "Oh, you disqualified from talking about the stuff because you're only one-sided. You jerk."
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. One is that women don't get paid what men get paid.
I've heard that. I've heard that argument.
No, that's not an argument. Women don't get paid as much as men. Okay.
According to like equal work, equal amounts of work. Is that what you're saying? Is that what it is?
Well, just similar titles give me similar pay,
Okay.
right? Whether it doesn't matter what side you stand on that, right? It's just that's one of the things, right? That's one of
Yeah,
the things.
I got you.
Another would be that please don't judge me for the decisions that I make. They're very similar to yours,
Hmm.
right? You went and slept with 3 people this month, and I slept with 2, but you don't get to tell me that I'm any worse off than you are because you did the same thing, and you would have probably slept with more if you could.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I've heard that point also.
Okay. Another one would be uh, I want to have babies when I want to have babies.
Mm-hmm.
And that one I don't understand. That one.
Yeah, that one's weird
Sorry,
because it's
Jeff.
like, no, it's like, well, you can have babies when you want to. You already have that. I don't know what you're asking for here.
No, let me decide. When
You
I
already are the one that decides. Do you think men decide? We don't decide when you have children. We're trying to get you
don't
to let us.
well, you're don't try to switch this up. I want to be able to have the control. I want it to be all like me make my own decision about whether or not I'm gonna have a baby.
You do.
All right.
You're in complete control of this.
So don't see right there, you're doing it again.
No, outside
You're
of
trying to tell me what I can or cannot do with my own body. And no one can
no,
tell me.
no, but you have complete control. Like
Okay, I
outside
want
of
to make
a
sure that
crime, you have control. Outside of crime,
no, I'm saying I want complete
uh-huh.
control, full autonomy of what goes into me and what comes out of me.
You do have that. You have it already. What? Okay, good that you want what you have. All right. Can we close this?
Wait, brother, that's so. I
It's
just
so
don't get it, brother.
brother,
You're right.
that one's crazy, brother. That one's not crazy, but that one's it's a trip, man. You already have complete control over this.
Don't try to overtalk me. I see you're doing it again. I don't want. I don't want. I believe it's my right. That's what the part I don't get. It's my right to decide whether or not I'm ready to have a baby.
It always has been.
No, but y'all trying to say that I can't.
No one said that. I'm trying to not overtalk you. No one said that. It's up to you when you get to have a baby. It doesn't befall you. There's a thing that happens for you to do it. It's totally up to you.
Well, then why are we all like jumping around saying my body, my choice? I thought.
I have no idea. I thought you guys knew something I did. If that's what this is about,
Yeah, that's it.
you guys already have that.
What? Since when?
Since like the beginning. It's totally up to you. It's completely up to you. It's always been that way.
Brother. So that yes, absolutely. I just don't understand that argument. I don't understand that point. I don't understand
yeah. Well, it's a modern problem for a reason. I'll say that. And we can touch that if you want to, but it's a more modern problem for a reason.
Okay.
Right.
And then here's one other one. It is I am special. I'm a princess. I deserve the best. And I'll never don't talk to me about anything negative because I just believe that everything is going to happen for me. Mm-hmm. And I deserve the world's best.
Yeah. Yep, I've heard that one as well.
Okay. Yeah. So is there any I'm missing, brother? You think is there something that because that's only like 4 or 5. There has to be something else.
I think those cover it mostly because those are pretty general. The way you stated them, the way you brought them up.
Oh no, there's one last one. This one has to be
okay.
It's kind of separate from all the other ones. It's orgasm.
Okay.
Orgasms.
Like
mandatory orgasms. No, mandatory orgasms every time.
Oh, I got you.
Or like at least like, if not every time, at least 4 times.
In what period? Per sesh?
Yes. If you can't give me one, if you can't like bring me to one orgasm at least every time we collectively get together, then no less than 4.
Oh, I got you. Okay. That's a good one. Yeah, that one comes up. I think there's another one as well.
What you got?
It's you should treat me like I'm beautiful no matter what you think.
Okay. So that one has a separate, you think?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm beautiful no matter what you think.
I think that kind of fits in. Well, let's just say that one's separate. Okay, so that kind of rounds us out at around 6 or 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Main topics. The men, because I don't want to be out of touch here. The men are saying pretty much that no, that's fine. But this is all I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I think that's if I could just sum up what the men's side of all this.
Yeah.
They're pretty much saying, no, okay, all that's fine.
Right.
But here's what I was trying to say.
That's all it is, brother. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like, okay, those are good points, and I hear you. I hear you. But I was just saying this. I wasn't even.
No, you hate women. obviously.
Well, what I was just trying to say is
No, I know what you were trying to say.
that
You're just like all the rest of the guys. All you care about is, oh, I'm just gonna be this big bad guy. I'll do whatever I want. So I already know what you're trying to say. We've been dealing with this forever.
what do you? I don't. I've never said that.
Well, that's what all men say. So.
I've never even heard a guy say that. Brother, have you ever heard a man say, "I'm big and bad, and I do whatever I want"? You ever heard a man say that, bro?
No,
Men don't
no.
even talk like that. That's not even something that we do.
All right, so let's get to it. Right, there's
Yeah, let's do it.
there's Kevin Samuels who was hated and he died, and then there
Mhm.
was the Christ who was hated and he died.
Yeah.
Some people say, "Oh, well, how blasphemy is this? You're comparing Kevin Samuels to the Lord, our Lord and Savior Christ."
Yeah.
Any man,
I've heard this as a joke, also, brother. Just by women are like, this guy's the savior. He's your savior.
yeah,
Look at what happened to him. Yeah.
got you. Any man that is living according to his purpose will remind you of the Christ. He should.
Mhm.
Right. Any man that's living by truth and is righteous and has a goal for mankind have some similarities to the Christ. But no, are we saying that he's like God? No, absolutely not. Right? We're not. They know we're not saying that, right, Jeff?
They have to know that.
Okay. All right. I thought it was interesting how a lot of things that he was saying was taken so so hardly received, and so
Mhm.
I started thinking about the things that Christ would say when he talked to women. I don't know, but I wonder if they would have a reaction to it. Could you say something? Do you know any things that Kevin Samuels would say?
Yeah, he would start the conversation with a woman by asking her if she's married. Right?
Okay.
Typically, he would say, "Are you married?" No. Do you have any prospects? No. And then he would go into her current situation. He'd start asking questions about her current situation, and that was immediately offensive, mostly. And this was typical. This was very common how he would start his conversations.
Right.
He would start with like, "What's your dress size? What do you do for a living?" Stuff like that. And then
Right.
immediately, using that information, he would kind of let them know where they stand right away. Then that was like before she asked her question, all that. So
You think it had anything to do with some of the things that we're interested in? Like the women would be interested in a certain thing, and
mhm.
he would ask them certain questions
Right.
to assess how close or far they are from what they were interested in.
Right. Typically, they would get on to try to find out why they're single, why they can't find the guy that they're interested in, or the guy that they want.
Okay.
That's why they would get on there.
I got you. Okay. I have pulled up John chapter 4. I'm going to the Bible. I don't care what y'all have to say.
Yes, sir.
Tell me if you hear any similarities in this one, Jeff. All right.
Okay.
Uh mm, 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 mm. All right. So Jesus left Judea and departed again into Galilee, and he must needs go through Samaria. Then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Jacob's well was there. So there's some water over in this area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour. It was about noon. It's pretty hot, right? Around noon, Jeff?
Oh yeah,
Imagine.
brother. Yeah, it's hot.
Just want some water.
Yeah, take a seat. Get some agua. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus saith unto her, give me to drink. He got there first.
He was there already.
And he was resting. While he was resting, he saw a lady coming.
And she went to go get some water.
She's coming to get water. And he said, give me to drink. He said, oh, hey, how you doing? I want to introduce myself. I'd like to, I'm sorry to bother you. Did he do that, Jeff? Did you read that part?
No, sir. He didn't say, if I could trouble you for some water, please. He didn't even say, please.
No, he didn't. Give me to drink. Now, for his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Brother, I know a lot of rich men, brother, that, man, if there's women that they don't see, right? And most of the time, I'm not talking about like all the men I know that are rich, but a lot of times they really don't trouble themselves with, right, basic women. You know what I mean?
Yeah, women that, I got you.
And she's saying, you're you're a Hebrew man, and you're talking to a Samaritan woman. Y'all usually don't even. You're a man, not even a female Hebrew. You're a man talking to a female Samaritan. Y'all don't even talk to us.
Yep.
So Jesus answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. Now, I'm going to read that again, Jeff. Did Christ just say that he was God's gift?
Yes, sir. He did. He called himself God's gift. Yep.
Because that's something I've heard before. You think you're God's gift to women.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if you knew the gift of God and who it is that said to thee, give me to drink, thou would have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. The woman saith unto him, sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Where are you going to get that living water from? She's asking.
Yeah.
Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? Jesus answered, said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. Hey, whatever the stuff I'm serving is, you can't match this stuff.
Yeah.
Right. What I have to offer, no one's going to give it to you. One critique that Kevin Samuels had was against a lot of these pastors. And there's a pastor now, brother. I don't know if you saw. His name is Jamal Bryant. He was going after Kevin Samuels after he was dead.
I saw that. Yeah, I didn't see what he said, but I did see that he was going in on him, and a bunch of people came to defend Kevin Samuels.
Yeah,
against the guy. Yeah.
Right. You know why it's very important for Jamal Bryant and pastors of the likes to defend women, especially the women that Kevin Samuels is speaking like that to.
Yeah, that's their people. Those are the people that they feed off of.
It's their number one customer, right?
It's the number one customer, yeah. It's their client base, for sure.
Let me show you. I'll just show y'all real quick. Please bear with me. Let me see. Jeff, if you like, man, you can go to 2 Timothy.
Okay.
2 Timothy chapter 3. And maybe read from verse 5, maybe to verse 7.
Okay. Yeah, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lust, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of truth. Yep.
That's in there.
That's
You're
in there.
making that
Yeah.
up, brother.
No, I just read it. I didn't. I'm not good at remembering line by lines like script.
Yeah.
There's no way I could have done that. I just read it. It's in there.
So there's preachers who are constantly pandering to these women. They're silly. In other translations, they will call them gullible.
Yes, sir. Yeah. It's interesting that you bring that up because I remember hearing a sermon before about, I don't remember who I heard this from, but it was one of these types of preachers about how if you look at the church today, you see mostly women.
Yes, sir.
Right. And you and I've talked about why this is, right?
Yes.
Because it's true. If you look at a lot of churches, especially in certain areas, you'll see predominantly women in these churches.
Yes.
And this guy, his reasoning for it was that men are losing their way. Men are
Is that
deteriorating. That's what he said. Men have declined. They're deteriorating. They're losing their way. It's very hard to find wholesome men now than it was in the time past. And brother, obviously the real reason is because they're pandering to women, and so women come to their church.
Absolutely.
Men what are we offered at church? What reason is there for me to go?
Come here and lose.
I'm just going to come here and lose. I'm going to come off my money. I'm going to lose my wife's attention. She won't ask me questions. She'll ask someone else questions.
Yeah.
Outside of whatever social benefit you may gain from going to church, and that's a maybe, you might have some social benefactor for it. Outside of that, bro, there's no reason for men to show up to church. There's no reason. There's no reason for me to go. Listen to another guy tell me what he found out that I could find out myself easily. No.
And they get beat up in church, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, yeah. So husband, like, I'm sorry, babe. And then because he just doesn't understand.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the spirit. Like, he's not sensitive to the spirit. Your wife needs you. She's bleeding from the heart. And what are you doing? Duh. Brother, why did they attack you while you're there? I'm right here. You're attacking me?
You want my money and you're attacking me? I brought all these people with me. I'm the one that drove them here. You're talking to the people I drove here and attacking me. No, man. It's trash, brother. It really is.
So that's why he had to say something.
He had to, man. And then also, guys that have been to church, y'all know, there's men out there. And when you go to these places, there's men there that desire your wife.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
And they're like in her face, man. And every time she goes, they're trying to hit on your wife. Happens all the time, brother.
Yeah, I had a situation like that when we would sit closer to the front, especially on Bible study days, because it was easier to see us. There was a thinner crowd.
Yeah.
The pastor brother, he was fixated on my own wife. He just couldn't stop looking at the one that
you have. Yeah, the one you got and you brought with you. That one.
Remember, you seen me? I'll like take her around and stuff like you seen her, right?
Yeah, she's always like with you and stuff. And you've had her for a while. Yeah, you got her a long time.
Yeah, her. Yeah, he just kept, brother. He just wouldn't stop.
Didn't you make her your wife?
Yeah, I made her my wife.
Like she wasn't a wife, and then she was a wife because you're the husband.
Yeah. I definitely wanted to do that, and it wasn't with like a lustful eye, like he just wouldn't stop.
Yeah,
like you're looking at the crowd, you look at different people to make your points. He would stop on her many times to make points. Not to mention, she kind of had the same kind of thing going as his wife did. So his wife kind of, you can see that he may have had a type or something like that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and it's one of those things with sales guys, right? I'm a sales guy, you're a sales guy. We don't talk to the guy that's interested.
Right.
the one that's already made the purchase. We talk to
Right.
the one that our attention goes to the one that is not interested,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
that hasn't been sold yet. There's no reason to talk to the one that's been sold.
Got you.
That could be that. Yeah.
Yeah, I see churches for women. The modern day church. It's
For sure.
definitely designed for women. That's why it feels great for y'all to go. The men embarrass themselves.
Yep.
By being subject to other men. And then the women are exalted. All right. So you read that, and that was pretty good. So let me keep reading in John chapter 4. Verse 15, the woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. Jesus saith unto her, Go call thy husband and come here. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not enough. That's not enough to drop the phone on.
He just mic dropped us on that part.
Yes, sir. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband, for thou hast had 5 husbands. And he whom thou now hast is not thy husband. In that thou saidest thou truly. So there's at least 6 relationships, 6 serious relationships she's been in, and nobody wants her. The one that she's in now, the relationship she's in now, that man not only refuses to marry her, but is probably in another serious relationship.
Yeah.
So no commitment.
Yeah.
She's trying to understand why. You see how women want to know what's up, what's wrong with me. But don't tell me. Don't tell me what's wrong with me, but what is wrong with me?
Yeah.
No, don't tell me what's wrong with me.
I'm just gonna walk away.
No. But
I'm
seriously,
just gonna leave.
No. Seriously.
Okay.
Like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, I don't get it.
Oh,
Like, what's
so
wrong with me? No, listen. Do not say a freaking word. Do not say a word. Do not tell me anything, because I already know. But don't say it.
Okay.
Okay. Right. But like my main, but no, seriously, like my main thing is like what's wrong with me? Like, what's wrong with me? Don't see, you're already judging me. See, that's why
I don't know what to
I don't.
Okay, look, here's the deal. I'm just gonna go. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Listen, like, no one can handle me. And so go ahead, run. No, go, run.
All right.
Put your tail between your legs and just go.
Okay,
I need somebody
nice
that can handle me. Yeah, no, don't tell me you have a nice day. You have a nice day.
I will. Thanks. Take care.
See, there's no.
I'm running.
There's
from
no
that,
manner.
brother.
Yeah, you're just running because you're scared of commitment.
Either way, I'm out of here, brother. I'm out of here.
She wants to know what's wrong with her, but she actually received that. So the woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Then she says, Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Jesus saith unto her, Woman, believe me, The hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship, you know not what. You don't know what you're worshiping. You don't know what you're doing. I know, Manny. We got to go here. He tells her, you don't know what you're doing. But we know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh and now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in the word I want to get to is truth.
Yeah.
Brother, what's the biggest difference between the woman of that day that we're reading about and the woman of this day? What's the biggest thing you notice here?
The biggest difference is,
or the women that Kevin Samuels was talking to. Mostly.
is the willingness to hear truth
and
Wi-Fi.
Then that
was a joke, but yes.
But is it that is that big of a difference? Like, you were able to say that very fast, but you didn't even look at the text.
Well, yeah, it's that big of a difference because I've watched a lot of Kevin Samuels stuff, mainly because, of his impact in the red pill community. All right. And yeah, brother, very, very rarely do you see women that are willing to hear what he's trying to tell them. And when they do, they actually typically make some pretty heavy changes in their lives. I've seen some of it. And there's a couple women that really like what he was talking about, and they liked it, and they're kind of wholesome, I think. But yeah, bro, that's the biggest difference, man, is she didn't start going off on him. She didn't ask him anything other than furthering what he was talking about. How did you know that about me? And I think if you read further, she goes on to get people to come bring him.
Yeah, come here, a man that knows everything I've done.
Yeah, she starts being like one of the people that put him out there. Yeah, let me go get people to bring him to you. And so that's the biggest difference, brother. Modern women today, the women that were talking to this guy, Kevin Samuels, brother, a lot of them were not like that. I'd say 80, 90% of them.
Not willing to hear truth.
They didn't want to hear it, brother. They didn't want to hear it. And it's interesting that there was a time I heard him talking to a woman about her faith. What do you believe? And she started talking about God bringing her the one for her. Well, God just hasn't, God hasn't brought me the right man. That's the only reason I'm single right now is because God hasn't brought me the right man. And so he started asking her questions about this God that she was talking about and what her belief was. And it was the Bible. According to her, she was a Christian. It was the Bible. And brother, he went on to explain to her how all of the things that she had been doing in her life, all the ways she carried herself, none of it was conducive with the scripture. None of it. None of it at all was in line with the Bible. And she said, in fact, the women that are Muslim women are more closely in line with the women of the Bible and Christian women, not Christian, but biblical women,
got you.
than what you are. Look at Mother Mary's pictures. She looks more like a Muslim woman than she does an American woman, just in the way she's dressed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting, brother, because Christian women have this idea that we've talked about this, that come from something else. It doesn't come from the Bible, man.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. And this woman was actually kind of receptive, the one I'm thinking of. But mostly, no, man, they ain't trying to hear it, brother. They believe what they believe, and it's like a concoction of sorts of what they think. And yeah, they're not trying to hear the truth, man. And the dude wasn't lying, brother. He wasn't lying to him.
But why are we being horrible people, you and I? Why are we what is wrong with us? Why are we being despicable, horrible men? We are right now. Can you imagine what you're doing and what you just said and what I've said so far?
Yeah.
I used to like y'all.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were gonna do something else, but all you keep doing is bashing women.
Yeah, I guess we're raining on the parade. But who told you to put this parade here?
No, but why can't you just let us be happy and leave us alone? All y'all keep trying to do is telling us how we're supposed to feel and how we're supposed to think. And it's not like that
Yeah.
anymore. I'm not Muslim. You want me to be Muslim now?
No, but you're a Christian, aren't you?
Yes, which means I'm
So
free. I have my freedom.
this is the problem. As soon as you start talking, you stop making sense. It does. This is the problem.
Okay. I can see what it is. You're jealous because the man that I'm looking for. Oh yeah, I just laugh.
No,
Just gonna put my chest out and laugh.
I didn't even do that.
So this is what I want. I want to look over at my man and he's in
Mhm,
shape. I want him to be doing well for himself so he can provide, make sure he can provide.
mhm.
And of course I want him to, look handsome and stuff. And I want him to be into me. I want him to, you know, like teach me like stuff and I can teach him stuff. I want him to I want him, there's like he'll protect me and there's ways that I can protect him and everything is like 50-50 and we will like just
Yeah,
build a life together.
right. I got you.
Okay, that's what I want. And I don't think
That's
that's
the
too much
thing.
to ask.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not too much to ask. But here's the problem. This is why I think we have a disconnection. Is when you were talking about the Bible and Christianity.
Right.
All you have to do is explain that you don't mean it. You don't really believe that part when it comes to the relationship stuff, and then it makes more sense because what you're looking for is like something else,
No, but I don't think God would want me to be like not who I am. Like I couldn't live like that.
right? And you won't.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like you're making stuff up and you're trying to be God.
No, I'm not making stuff up. What I'm saying is the life that you want, you won't live. That's what I'm saying. Like you said, because the Lord doesn't want you to be something other than what you are, and what you are right now is extremely, extremely confused. And so, as a result of that, you're not going to have.
No, because I've seen women who they have that life and they're fine. So and they're Christians and so
Have
I
you
know
talked?
that it can
Have you
happen.
talked to them?
No.
Ask them next time you see it. Ask them how often they teach their husband something.
They live with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Don't go to their
he,
house and ask them. Like if you see them out and about, ask them.
okay. I'm sure she's gonna say like all the time.
Just ask them, and then when you do, then we can talk.
Okay. So so you admit we're being horrible people then to women.
Yes,
All we
of
keep
course.
doing is bashing them.
Yeah, I suppose, but we're not. We're actually being quite loving.
Damn it. Damn it, brother. Okay.
This is
I have
quite
another one.
loving.
I have another one. I have another one. Then Jesus went thence. He left from there and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. But he answered her not a word.
Mm. Just kept going.
He
Just ignored her.
ignored. He
He
ignored her.
ignored her. Yeah.
Brother the Christ. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Does everybody that's watching? Do y'all know who I'm talking? Who I'm talking about?
Were those are those in red?
No, this is not the red letter Bible. No, but it
I'm
wouldn't.
saying there was no red words right there because he
Yeah,
ignored her.
because he didn't say anything.
He ignored her, so there's no red.
Absolutely.
I got you.
And his disciples came and besought him. They begged him and saying, send her away, for she crieth after crieth after us.
She's being too loud.
His disciples says, bro, like, Lord, can't you hear her? Like, can you tell her to just leave us alone?
Yeah.
That's why some women have turned on the scriptures altogether, Jeff. Because some of these things they have seen before. I don't think they knew that Christ was like this. They probably thought, oh, the Old Testament and men were horrible. If a woman cheats, she had to get stoned and all that. So they think because Christ did not condemn that woman that was caught in adultery, that he was nothing like this that we're reading. All right. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs.
That's harsh, brother. That's tough right there, man.
At first he ignored her.
Yeah.
Then when his disciples started talking to him, he said, listen, I'm not sent but to, I'm going to read it what it says. I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Saying, I'm not even going to, y'all telling me to send her away. He's saying, I'm not going to talk to her at all. I'm not going to say a word to her at all. Until what? Until she came over right in front of him. Worship means she bowed down in front of him. It says worshipped. Dot says he basically called her a bitch. Damn it. I never even put that reference together.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, that's correct.
I'm going to say what he said again, but he answered and said, it is not meet, or it's not correct or right to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs. This is what she said. She didn't.
This is after she worshipped him, though, right?
This is after she worshipped him. So
yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to make a point, brother. When you look at a lot of within Christianity, you see women in the way they talk about the Christ. There's a lot of songs that I can think of that are very kind of romantic, but they're very endearing songs that women sing towards the Christ. Right? Take me to the King. I get on my knees. These songs that women sing. And I think about that, brother. She came to worship him. And then this is how that Christ talked to this woman.
Yeah.
And I just imagine how a Christian woman today would respond to being talked to that way after worshiping the Lord. Like after worshiping him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
Because, and we've talked about this as well, the Christ that they preach in Christianity isn't the Bible, Jesus. It's not the same Christ from the Bible, but they make it seem as though it is. And so you listen and you're like, this is the way you approach Christ. It's in your prayer. And it's like, man, after she worshiped him, after she was ignored, she made a petition and she was ignored, openly ignored. And then it was obvious that she was annoying. She was being annoying to the disciples. They were annoyed by her presence. And then when she was finally recognized because she worshiped,
she did.
She was called a dog. She was asked a question. She was asked, why should I give you what's meant for the children of Israel? Why should I give it to you, who is a dog? That's what happened. That sequence, brother, would not fly. It wouldn't fly by any of the women listening that are part of the modern Christianity. Wouldn't fly, brother. They would either be upset or they would become very hurt and heartbroken and leave.
Wow.
For sure, brother. For sure. If the Christ did this, for sure. Understandably, brother. I understand. You know what I mean? I get it.
Wow.
I get it. We're not picking on women. There's things that we could pick apart about the way Christ talked to some men And there's a lot of men that wouldn't make it, brother. They'd leave. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, brother.
That's pretty good. That's true. She didn't have any action until she worshipped him. So I'll pray for mom if she's not feeling well. I'll pray right now, Father. Mighty God, my mother just learned she's not feeling too well. Pray you'll say the word and touch her. Revive her spirits. Come against the spirit of infirmity and give her wellness. In Christ's name. Pray amen.
Amen.
It should be fine.
The Lord is with your mother, brother.
Amen. I know. All right, praise God. Thanks, Dot. Thank you, Manny. All right, so let's look at it. And she said, this is after he said it's not meat to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs. And she said, truth. She recognized he was telling her the truth. Lord, yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. In many ways, you can look at this and he's saying, listen, you don't understand that you're not worthy of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And she said, listen, I'll take the crumbs. You don't have to give me the whole bread. I'll take the crumbs. I'll take, dare I say, the leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
So Kevin Samuels went viral for calling women that were over a certain age leftovers.
Yeah.
And this lady right here is saying, listen, I'll take anything you give me. I'll take the leftover. And then look what happened when she accepted where her point system was. She accepted where her point system was in regards to this and pushed from that point system. Not from another point system. I'm not a dog. What?
Yeah,
You know, I'm like a nice horse. Like, why? I'm a horse. Why'd you call me a dog?
I'm at least a well-groomed sheep. Yeah.
She accepted it and said, look, I'll take what I can take. But the best of it, though. Give me the best of it. And so then Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. There were women who were what Kevin called the FBI, feminine, beautiful, and inspirational. You know what he did with those women, brother? He put them in a focus group or kind of like a singles meeting group, and they would get engaged and married. They would get proposed to and married by men. The women who knew how to cooperate with what he was saying, just kind of back off and accept what kind of stuff he was talking about, he got them married, brother.
Yeah, and interestingly, brother, he didn't talk about it very often.
No, he didn't.
He actually he would say FBI a lot, like when he gave his shout outs in the beginning.
Right.
But every once in a while, you'll hear him tell a chick that he's talking to, we'll be in touch.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's because he picks up and he says, okay, yeah, she's gonna, and that's what he was doing, brother. He was getting women married, man.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. If your heart was ready, you get what you want.
Yeah.
Great is your action, because faith is more action than anything else. Great is your action. The way you believe, I see. The way you think, I just saw it, and that's gonna work. And this is Christ. That actually is gonna work. You know what? I got you. Whatever you're asking about for your daughter, it's done.
Yep.
All right, according to his power. I don't know, brother. I wonder, was Christ toxic male?
He was man through and through, brother.
This is the man, right?
Through and through. Yep. Yes, sir. He corrected foolishness when it was in front of him. He checked people's hearts and motives constantly. That's what he constantly did. Anytime, and you guys can look for yourselves when you read what Christ was doing and who he was talking to. He didn't let people make it, man, with nonsense. When they brought nonsense to him, he corrected it. He didn't let people make it. It wasn't until he was already captured and it was time for him to go and do the next thing, the thing he came for, that he kind of quit talking as much. And even then, brother, like when they put their hands on him, he had to say something. But he didn't stop talking as much until it was like time to go, time to die. Like once it was time to die, brother, he was kind of done talking.
That was it.
And he thought the dialogue is a lot less. But man, through and through, brother, male through and through. I think as men we can look at the Christ and say, yeah, that's masculinity. I think if women were to look at it, they would say something else, which I think it's a man's job to judge masculinity. It's not anyone else's place, just like it's not our job to really judge feminine. Can't really judge it, brother. We have to put it up against other women.
Yeah. That's good. I look forward to watching women want the best for themselves and not want just what they want. That's two different things.
No.
That's two different things. Me wanting what I want was one thing growing up, and then me wanting what's best for me is an entirely different thing.
For sure. Yeah.
Now that I'm an adult, I'm looking at it. It's like, come on, man.
That was dumb.
I need to want what's best for me, and then I'm going to enjoy life better. And I know my course of action because I know what's best for me. Now I know my course of action. I know how to move.
Right.
And I'll go ahead and get that. I can't say, all right, Jeff, too bad. I decided to make crime life decisions. But now, I don't care what anybody says. I want to be president.
Of what?
Well, the world, but I'll take America. It'll be just fine. To start with that.
You could be president of the Amerigo Vespucci Foundation.
No, the United States of America. You know what I'm talking about. That's what I want to be president.
Not happening. You should have wanted that. You should have wanted that when you were 13 years old.
I did.
No, you didn't.
What proof do you have that I didn't?
That you went to juvie. All right. Kids that want to be president don't go to juvie.
That's right.
They go to debate clubs. That's where they go.
That's right. They run for president of student council. Right?
Yes, sir. That's what they do.
Okay.
Yep.
So I don't know where Kevin Samuels went. I don't know him personally. And then even if I did know him personally, I don't know his soul or what all is going on with him. But I do know and have been finding out a lot more about this secret man. He got a lot of things in secret. One of the things he had in secret is that he used to lead a Bible study.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he knew when women were talking about Christianity, he knew more that they didn't know.
Yeah.
Because he studies the Bible. And I also know that if women were right about the things that they were so passionate about, then they would be getting the results they're looking for. Right? They would be able to get Cam Newton to say, I love you, and will you marry me? You know who Cam Newton is, brother?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know how tall he is?
Yes, sir.
He's like 6'6".
He's as tall as two women.
He's in the NFL, brother. He's very, very well off.
Yeah. Charismatic too, man.
Charismatic, yeah.
Very well dressed, sharp dressed guy.
That guy, yeah. Him right there. That's right.
Sure, brother. Yep.
He's not choosing to marry these women. They want him, but he's not choosing. Odell Beckham a little bit. So yeah, some women like him, and he's not. These guys aren't marrying these women.
Mm-mm.
So that means that there's some adjustments that could be made. That doesn't mean that a man is mad at all women. That doesn't mean a man hates women or has bad things to say about women.
Right. Yeah.
Right. As a matter of fact, the things that Kevin Samuels will say that will go viral is just only things that hurt people's feelings who actually could afford to do a little bit better. Actually, you probably could do better in just 6 months. You could be in a way better position if
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And here's how you know you could do better, that your feelings were hurt when you were corrected.
that's right.
That's exactly how you know. Like, if you ever want to know if you could do better, then all you have to do is next time someone tells you something you don't like about yourself that's true, how did it make you feel? Were you glad that you heard it so that you could fix it? Or were you offended? Because that's going to tell you if you could do better or not.
That's right.
When I hear a correction today, somebody
Yes, sir.
says, "Oh, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't think that way. In fact, you should think this way." And I know that they're telling me the truth. I say, "Oh, this is good. I'm glad. I'm glad this happened, because if it wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have known." Right?
Right.
But if I'm offended by it, then brother,
You know that you're just not trying, brother.
I'm not even trying. And I probably have a long list of things that I want that have nothing to do with what's good for me or
Yeah.
not. Whether some of them might be by accident,
Right.
but it doesn't matter because I just want it. Doesn't matter. Brother, there's times where I crave an apple, a green apple. It has nothing to do with because it's healthy for me, brother.
But you just want it.
I just want it, brother. If I could get an apple, I would eat it. If I could get a green apple pie, I would eat that too. You see?
Yes, sir.
Now that I care about what's good for me, I'll just take the apple. If I can't get to the apple, then I'll just drink some water until I can.
There you go.
And that's all. And that's kind of a good way to know. And so
This is good.
yeah, if you feel like this guy deserved harm because he was telling people what they needed to hear, well, then maybe you should really consider the way you think about life and the world you live in. So,
That's good. I do want to give a shout out to the women and people who, because everybody wasn't against him. There were some people who understood what he was saying. There were some women in particular who could see that, yeah, that's a really abrasive comment that he just said, or that was not, doesn't sound very nice.
mm-hmm.
But as I actually kind of laughed a little bit, but I don't see how he's doing anything wrong. You called to talk to him. You put your face on the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, brother, the women he was talking to didn't even have the same problem with what he said.
Yeah.
Than all the millions of women who he wasn't talking to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right? He wasn't even talking to all of y'all. He was talking to her.
Yeah.
And all those women, I'm pretty sure their social medias, their all kinds of stuff probably got much better. So
Yeah.
people are asking them questions, people hitting them up. They tell me like how was it, and they want to know how good it was to talk to Kevin Samuels, the legend. He's gone now. Right, but other people take up the mantle and say, "Yeah, he can't talk to us like that. He wasn't talking to you."
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember how you decided you weren't going to call in, or remember how you were trying to call in and it didn't go through because it's too many people, or you said I ain't calling in there. He gonna tell me that I'm these. You know what he's gonna talk to you about. You know it. So he doesn't have to say it. Just do what you got to do. Like, and the main thing isn't even about losing weight. Like that's completely That's if you're looking for the top 10% percentile of men, because it's going to be hard for him to stop what he's doing, which is getting all the girls that he wants now, to look at you and say, okay, I want you just
Right.
as you are. It's going to take a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So you might as well get in line with the other women that look like that already.
Right.
Go ahead
right.
and start working to get so now you have a little better chance. But the women who can just lower their expectations. Look, I look this way. I've always looked this way. I finally accepted myself. If you can finally accept yourself, then you should be able to accept someone else. It's like what I was telling you about this couple and neither of them was attractive. They were just there, brother, and sharing their life together, man. Like
Yeah,
have you ever seen handicapped people be with handicapped people?
Yeah, I've
No,
seen
they
that.
get it, Jeff. They just get it. It's like, no.
Brother, yeah, let's go deal with all of our problems together.
That's it.
Isn't that dope? Let's have somebody to deal with our problems.
That's
That
all you got to
understand
do.
them.
That's all you got to do.
That's it, man. Yeah.
Right. This has been good. Hopefully, it's been insightful. I know that y'all are going to turn on Christ. So hopefully, it was a little eye opening. Some people have already turned on to Christ, and this broadcast didn't change anything.
Word.
And that's cool, also. But I look forward to hearing more from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, brother?
I think it was good. We covered some good stuff, and I think they should feel this outro.